Dear students, welcome to English class. Today we will go for one lesson, prose lesson, uh, Kite Maker, written by Ruskin Bond. It's a very good story. It talks about the past and present, how the things are changing, what changes have come in the world. So he just opposes the old and new. Kite Maker is a very beautiful short story written by Ruskin Bond, and really wonderful to go through. Here, human nature is portrayed. Uh, Everything is really should be taken note. Okay, let me share my screen. So, the Kite Maker by Ruskin Bond. We will go for the writer's details. Yeah. So, Ruskin Bond was born in the year 1934. His books for children and young adults. He wrote books for children and young adults, and they are very popular. He wrote more than 100 publications were there, and his first novel was The Room on the Roof. He was a novelist, a short story writer, and also an essayist. Many of his short stories, essays, novels are aimed at entertaining children and young adults at the same time giving the philosophy of life. And for all his great work, The Blue Umbrella, was made into Hindi film and which was very popular. And for all his great work, he was awarded Sahitya Academy Award and also annual Academy Award in 1932. He was also bestowed with the India's greatest awards, Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan. So this is a brief picture about the Ruskin Bond's writing. So what is the story is all about? The story is about Muhammad. There are two characters. One is Muhammad and his grandson is Ali. Muhammad is an old man. He is an expert in kite maker, and the entire story runs like this. Ali, say, lost his kite, and Muhammad, his grandfather, made another kite for Ali to fly. Uh, and meanwhile, Muhammad sitting at the backyard, so daydreams, and he remembers all his past days, how people used to fly kites, how he used to prepare kites for kings and all great people, how everybody enjoyed flying the kites and all that. And at the same time, he talks about how the things have changed. Today, nobody is flying their kites, and it was not that much as a sport because of the changing times. The modern materialistic city life has totally changed the place of young children also. So he remembers his own old days, how people gathered outside and play kites. Those were not see is now we can see the present life. So the modern life is purely materialistic. Say they are all the time at the back of uh, achieving these things, and no one cares his mastery now, because once he was a very great kite maker. He used to prepare beautiful kites for kings and also the great people. But today nobody cares for his mastery. So nobody identifies and nobody appreciates his kite making skill. And it also depicts the nature of human life. So the story, while dealing with this, he depicts the human life. So here a banyan tree is there in that particular village, and the banyan tree is an old tree that represents the old. And this man, Mahmoud, is an old man, and Ali is a young, grandson. And there is a difference between the young and old. So that way, giving such beautiful imagery, and he compares old with the new and how the human life has changed all these during all these years. So this is all about the story, but the story is very much moving. And if you go for the details of the story, if you read, then the pictures will come to your mind. So as if you go back to your old days and remember what actually happened. So for youngsters, it is very interesting to know what kind of sport kite flying was and how people enjoyed kite flying in the olden days. So here there are have categorized the story into story under certain headings. So the first one is Mahmud. As Mahmud, the entire story is about the daydreaming of Mahmud, the recollection of the past of Mahmud. So Mahmud is here is a speaker. So Mahmud recollects his past days. So how Ali's kite stuck in banyan tree. So when he was daydreaming at the backyard, see sitting in the sun, all of a sudden Ali runs home, runs into the house, and loudly spoke, "My kite has gone." So after asking what happened to the kite, Ali says that his kite was stuck into a banyan tree. So what happened is Mahmoud has prepared a beautiful kite for his grandson with a pink colored kite with a green colored tail. He has prepared a beautiful kite for Ali and David. Because this is all as a grandparent he can offer to his grandson. And being an expert in making the kites, and he prepared a beautiful kite for his grandson Ali and gave it to fly. So that way the Ali went out, see, to fly the kites. He kissed grandfather on his hollow cheek. So everywhere the words used are very figurative. So we can easily the imagery is very well used. So the pictures will come to your mind. So when you become old, so your eyes sunk deep into your skull. So there you find see the wrinkles on the forehead, wrinkles on the entire body. So that way, the old man is depicted with all these images. Then Ali was the glorious, he remembers about the glorious past. So he talks about the great battles and the sports of the kings. That means when he was young, he started preparing kites and he used to prepare beautiful kites for the people. And not only the people from his own village will come and buy the kites, but people from other areas also come and collect the kites from Mahmud. He was known in the area for his kite making. So people from various other places also used to come and collect kites from Mahmud. So he used to make beautiful kites. So he used to make dragon kites, musical kites, so whatnot. And kings used to get prepared a new kite from Mahmud. So for friends and all great people used to prepare in a different way. So the earlier when in his own old past days, people used to gather outside of their village. See from the river bank to the fort, they all used to gather, and a huge kite festival went on. So everybody flies kites, and even the kings and the great people used to fly the kites. And for them, he used to prepare beautiful kites. The dragon kite he used to prepare. And once he prepared a musical kite. So it all gave a music of a violin. So once it was raised, it gives a music of the violin. So different kinds of kites he has prepared. So he was just remembering in his old days how he has prepared kites, what kind of kites he has prepared. So what great battles took place. So in kite flying, naturally what will happen? the kites used to cross one another, and some may lose the kites, some may get the victory, and people used to bet huge amounts of money, material on the betting. So that way, people used to enjoy, see, taking it as a great sport, and had a very nice time. And Mahmoud was a very crafted person, very skilled person in preparing the kites. So he used to remember all those beautiful memories. So people used to enjoy once the kite was lost, it may go into the deep blue sky, and where it all went, people don't know. And once he has prepared the dragon kite, and people attributed the supernatural powers to it. So that way, all see kite flying, see all seems to be a wonderful sport, and people used to engross in flying the kites, and they enjoyed a lot. And Mahmud was in great demand in those days because people used to come and give him the choice of their own, and ask him to prepare beautiful kites for them. So he used to take time, and he used to apply his mind, and a lot of creativity went in, and see lot of see efforts also he put in preparing the beautiful kites. So that way he was very popular for so many years. People from neighboring villages, people from the see, very far places also used to come and see how kites from Mahmud. So that way Mahmud was very popular in that particular area for making the kites. So he enjoyed that pride that he was known as a very good kite maker. So that way he used to recollect. He was recollecting the past golden past days, how he used to prepare kites, how people enjoyed playing kites at festivals, and at the same time how kings and great people used to see ask him to prepare kites, and how they enjoyed, and see his great art of making kites, how he has carried on for years together, how he achieved fame in the neighboring villages also. These are all good old days he enjoyed. So he was just recollecting those past days. So now, if you look at the present situation, the Mahmoud is pitiable in the is in pitiable condition now, and today nobody cares about kites, nobody fly kites at all. So that way, the present scenario is totally changed. People are no longer flying the kites. So the pitiable present can be seen. So this is all about Mahmud from the Mahmud point of view. Then there is an old banyan tree in the village, and people used to gather under banyan tree because it gives a great shade. And for whatever see they wanted to take decisions, if at all they have any dispute, they used to resolve sitting under this banyan tree. And this banyan tree is of great accommodating place for all of them, for all such kind of local gatherings. So we have the banyan tree, old banyan tree is a representation of the old culture of the old days. And Mahmud has two sons. One is in Pakistan. The another one is he went during the partition of India, and the another son is working in a local garbage. So these two sons he has, and but they are not well settled. Somehow Mahmud was carrying on his own old good art work of preparing the kites. And but these days, slowly, what happened? People started people stopped flying kites because of the rapid changes that took place. There are no open places in the village because they are all covered with buildings and all that. So young children won't find a space to fly the kites. So because of the rapid change in the world, see everything is materialistic. So no longer people continuing flying kites. So when you compare to the old time to the present, there was enough space people used to enjoy physically. But today, people are now sitting before their computers or before the television set. That has become a great source of entertainment for them. No physical activity is there, engrossed in watching television and all that. So earlier people used to go out and fly, play, whatnot they used to do. So the world is rapidly changing. No spaces are there. Everything is concrete. The buildings are made, so there is not enough space, and the people have no time to come and sit under banyan tree and talk their own feelings and express, or else they settle their own disputes under the tree. They stop doing that. So that way, no customers are coming to the this Mahamud, though he has very good the skill of preparing banyan, preparing the kites. Nobody is turning up because nobody is flying the kites. So that way, slowly, customers have been reduced, and no more see people are turning up. But now and then, so because a very few people see who are still continuing the old sport used to come. So the world is rapidly changing, and this man was ignored like the old banyan tree. So the old banyan tree is compared to Mahmud, because Mahmud also being ignored by the people because his art is no longer in use. So Mahmud is compared to a banyan tree, and nobody is turning to the banyan tree for all that. Earlier, this banyan tree of the village was a great gathering place, and they used to come and sit under the banyan tree. They used to come and play under the banyan tree, resolve all their disputes, and they used to talk, have big gatherings under the tree. But no longer this banyan tree has a such activity place. So that way, the old man Mahmud also was ignored by the people, ignored of his own art by the people. So nobody is turning up to Mahmud. So though he is having that skill with him, but it's of no use now. Then how nature is compared here? So men and nature used to have great affinity with one another. So people used to enjoy the nature. They used to take care of the nature. They used to plant trees. They used to take care of water and all natural resources. So they used to use very sparingly, and moreover, they have great affinity towards them. So men and nature seems to live together. But what happened today, because of this artificial things, the so many needs are met with the machinery, the instruments, and all that. So that way, people are no longer caring the nature, and moreover, nature is being destroyed recklessly. The affinity between men and nature is lost. So because of the modern activities, when you compare with the old age to the modern age, so there is a lot of progress seems to be physically and materialistically, but there is not that bigger. There is no such good relation between men and nature, which in the old they used to enjoy very much. And there is a great bond between the men and nature. That means human beings and nature, they all they feel that they are the part of the entire nature. But today the nature is being neglected, so we find it difficulty. Then the mutual growth. So they used to grow together. So mutual growth, the nature growth, and similarly, once the natural resources are good, then naturally the men and women, that means human beings, used to get progress, getting the benefit from them. And there is a youth decline. See, when you compare youth with the old, there is a you find a decline. That means there is a youth now no longer is treating their old people with a lot of respect, and moreover, the relation between the father and the son, and the see the human relations have come down, and they shed last leaves. That means nature has shed last leaves. In the end of the story, we see that the leaves of the tree started shedding out. So that means what, one after the other people are leaving from this world. So the old people are leaving from the world. Not only old people, but the old customs, old type of playing, the arts are slowly vanishing one after the other. So that way, though we are into the new world is not that vigorous as the life of the old. So here nature has played a very good big role, because it talks about the banyan tree, it talks about the butterflies, it talks about the old man and young. Again, even the young and old, there is a lot of difference. If you consider the banyan tree as an old man, and this young boy Ali was compared as a mimosa tree. That means this tree will also, in a year or two, will grow big. So all young children are going to become big in few years. That means though they seems to be very tender, and in a few days of time, they pick up strength, they grow up, and they become so strong. So that way, the young and it is the process of the nature. So things will go and new things will come, old things will go. This is of course the cycle, but in between, you will find a lot of difference between the old and the new. So no longer the old is considered as worthy, and no longer the young generation is see appreciated by the old. We will find a lot of see what you call communication gap, that's the generation gap that we can see. So here it talks about the nature and human being, how human beings and nature used to live together. So that was so exciting, and they find great affinity between the nature and human being, and they used to grow together. That is, a mutual growth was observed. But whereas that is being declined uh, these days, the old is slowly vanishing one after the other as the leaves are being shed from a tree. So that's how the nature also plays a very important role in this short story. So what is a kite? So suppose in the kite, what happens? It was the boy was playing outside, and he came ran toward say running into the house. So after asking his grandfather that whether his mother returned from Gaza. So by the time he came here, the voices of this old man, that is Mahmoud, became fainter, and he was unable to even look at the people around. It all seems to be blurred. So the voices started going out, and also the sight also going down. So that way, he was almost going into a phase of unconsciousness. So he prepared, once he has prepared a kite, that is a Garuda, he named it Garuda type of the flyer, the kite he has prepared for Ali. That means in the Hindu mythology, it is a Garuda, he is a vehicle of Lord Vishnu. So that way, as if the Lord Vishnu is coming on Garuda. So that way he just remembered that. So he has prepared that Garuda kite for Ali. And butterfly going to mimosa tree. So once he was fainted, almost in a unconscious state, the butterfly the butterfly which was resting on the beard of this old man. The old man used to have a very wide beard. He did not color it. If he could have colored it, it could be in a different color. But he did not color it. He wanted to go in a natural way. So he never mind that how he looks. So the butterfly, the white beard is a representation that white always represent peace. White always represent that something is shaded away, that something is not colorful. So if you consider from this point of view, So what you can say is the old man's beard seems to be white. That means he has withered away. That means he is about to die. So his life is lost. So that way, a butterfly which was resting on the old man's beard, now it flew and went on rested on the mimosa tree. That means from the old to the young, the mimosa tree it went and she rested on it. That means almost the life from this old man has gone. It seems the figurative thing here is butterfly which has a life has just moved from this old man to a mimosa tree. And the old man is having a white beard, and moreover, this white butterfly so started to see going out from the white beard of the old man and going to a mimosa tree. That means life has gone. So he was yelling. The young boy Ali started say shouting that he no longer this old man see is speaking or is in the conscious. So the Ali felt very bad about it, but in innocence he started weeping and weeping. He started shaking his grandfather to wake him up. He was not sure, he was not aware that he has already passed away. So a gust of wind frees struck to kite. So if you go for the see opening the paragraph of the lesson, the opening lines, the boy Ali came running into the house saying that his kite was lost. Then after the grandfather asking him how it all happened, the young boy Ali told that his kite was stuck into the banyan tree. Now he went out. The Ali went out to see at the banyan tree. A gust of wind comes and it flew the struck kite away. That means gust of wind has removed that struck kite from the banyan tree and it went out. That means again it shows a gust of wind freeing struck kite means so again, it is a representation that the man is losing all his vigor, all his life, and going away. So it is again a representation that a gust of wind freeing means he has been freed from this world, and he was struck like a banyan tree. He was struck here, and the relation between this Ali and the grandfather Mahmoud was really freed now. So they were stuck to one another as old man and grandson Ali, but that relation just broke away because he has to be get freed from this world. See, as a part of nature's activity, he lost his life and he has freed from this world. And a butterfly flying from his white beard to the mimosa tree is also a representation of that. So everywhere, if you look at in the entire say story, beautiful images are there, as if we will get engrossed into the story. See, and once you go through all these images, so everything appears as if you are in that particular place, and everything is going before your eyes. So such is the great art of the Ruskin Bond. So here, the voices grew fainter, butterfly going to mimosa tree, gust of wind trees stuck, kite. This is all about the last phase of the grandfather. That means, as a young man, he was known for the kite making, and he was known for his skill. So, however great you are, the time will come and you have to leave from this world. This is the message of the life. So you enjoyed your beautiful days, wonderful days, but all those wonderful days will one day has to be closed, has to come to an end. So whatever great art that you have, but it is of no longer in use when you go away from this world. But still you will be remembered for your great work. and people may not remember in the present, but the people who had your company, who had experienced that beautiful things with you, will definitely remain forever. This is a kind of message life offers to every one of us. So here banyan, the banyan tree and the old grandfather are compared to one another, and because of the gust of wind which has freed the kite, similarly he has freed himself from his grandson Ali. So that way, the great journey of Mahmud has come to an end. So, in conclusion, what we can say is, if you look at all these story, we will have a realistic portrayal. That means there is no fiction in it. He was describing naturally what is exactly happening in this world. That means how old people are being neglected, and how the place have been replaced with the newer one, how the old skill and old type of playing have come to an end, and at the same time how the city has changed, the surroundings have changed during in the process of change, how they have changed. That is again very realistic in nature. And from the old to the present, old to the new, was talking about the relations. He was talking about the human relations. He was talking also about the nature and the affinity that the people have developed towards nature, isn't it? So that way, if you look at the entire story, we will find a realistic portrayal of all of them, and it also offers great philosophy. Just now we were talking about that philosophy. The philosophy is this: whatever great art that you have, as long as it is in use, then definitely you will be recognized. Once once your art, your skill is no longer in use, and people won't turn up to you, and whatever skill that you have is of no use. So the old man, the Mahmud, was just all the time spent his time remembering his own old past days, and he was happy with his own skill, but at the same time felt bad because no customers are turning towards him. But all his great skill has been useless these days. So earlier there was a big competition. People from various places, even kings, used to order him, give orders to him. But today nobody is coming. So that is one reason. So whatever that you have achieved, whatever is in, as long as in a need, as long as in people felt the need, your skill will be of use. And moreover, man has to grow old and man has to live from this world. So naturally, there is a clash between the old and the new, and there is a materialistic progress in the world, and materialistic progress really has moved man from his own values and his own customs. That way, no longer people enjoy their relationships. So that way also, how the changing scenario has have a lasting impact on the people. That also is very clear. So here, philosophical point of view is very clear. Everywhere you can come to know that how you start your life like Ali, and how you end your life like Mahmoud. So one has to come on this world, do your job, then leave the world calmly. So, however great things that you have achieved in the world will no longer be of use after some days. So that way, we all have to take this philosophy to home. And they're delicate and heart touching. So just now we were narrating about all these delicate and heart touching things. So the delicate thing, the very pathetic scenario of see the young man, the old man Mahmud, dying. So he was all the time in a daydream, sitting at the backyard and looking at the in the sunshine. So he was just daydreaming. He was spending most of the time daydreaming because having nothing to do, not being recognized by anybody, he has nothing, no other way than remembering his own golden past. So that is again a very delicate issue, and that is well represented in the lesson, and it is heart touching. That means the young boy going to the grandfather, and the grandfather was unable to speak, and he touched his grandfather, shouted that, "Oh, grandfather, wake up and wake up. There is of no use." So that boy was somewhat startled. What is happening here? So he went out crying, and he was asking for his mother, crying for his mother. So that scenery is really heart touching, and moreover, how the condition of the old man is also really expressive, and so it is also heart touching. So there are many heart touching scenarios in the story, and the matter is so delicate, and the more delicately has handled the story. So that way, from beginning to the end, see how he has developed affinity with nature, how he has developed his art, and how his art was recognized, and how all he came to an end. So everything went in a very delicate and heart-touching mode. So the another one is the suggestive of human life. So as just now we talked about the philosophy and the realistic portrayal of life is seen, the suggestiveness of human life. So here human life is compared, the old man's life is compared to the banyan tree. So how the banyan tree is of no use. Once it was of great use, but today it's of no use. Similarly, Mahmud was of great use, but today is of no use. So the leaves from the banyan tree, started falling. That means the tree is shedding its leaves. Similarly, the man is living his life. So that way, man has to come on this world and do his own activity, and whatever great art he may be having has to come an end one day or the other. So this is very suggestive, and so that the human life is such. The great message that we have to take from this lesson is again the relation between the nature and human being. So the relation between the young and old, and at the same time we should see that how our materialistic world is losing the great things of the world, and how human relations have come down. So these are all the issues one should be very careful analyzing them, uh, and again take a lesson and start rebuilding our relationships, start rebuilding our own nature, start having a great life. So that way, the realistic portrayal and the philosophy of life, uh, we have to take care and get a message from this. So this is how the entire short story runs, and Ruskin Bond is very very successful in narrating the stories. The art, the skill of narration has no limits at all. So whenever you you find time, read the other stories written by him, and most of his stories are very popular now. His stories are mm, in great demand. People used to read. People now are there's a great research went in the writings of the Ruskin Bond also. So with these words, let me conclude the lesson. But at the same time, let me give you some hints. We will go back and give some take give and revise certain things. So Mahmud was an old kite maker, the export kite maker, and Ali's grandson was flying kites, and Mahmud see was recollecting his own past glorious days, the great battles that took place while see flying the kites. He used to prepare the dragon kite, musical kite, whatnot. Many kites he has prepared that all glorious past now has come to an end, and the people no longer are appreciating. And he had two sons, one in Pakistan, one in working in the garbage. So he is not very much cared by uh, his own children. The no longer customers are coming to this old man because the good old days have gone. Nobody is going flying the kites at all. So there was a banyan tree in the village, and people used to gather under the tree for various activities. But today, no longer the banyan tree has become a shelter for all of them. But because of the changes in the world, because of the rapid changes that took place, uh, the entire land was filled with concrete buildings. People never won't find enough spaces to fly the kites. So the kite flying is also see slowly being see uh, vanished. So that way, uh, the great art of Mahmud was of no use. He also talks about the great affinity of the men and nature. He compares with the youth and the old. He compares the shedding of the leaves of the banyan tree. That means it is withering. Similarly, the voice of the old man grew fainter. The butterfly going to mimosa tree. The gust of wind frees the struck kite. So likewise, all these imagery you have to be careful when you are writing the answers. In conclusion, we have it is a realistic portrait of the human nature, and also uh, the old and new. Great philosophy is shown here. He dealt the entire thing in a delicate way. You will find uh, heart-touching things in it, and there is a message for all of us for how we can make our human life more meaningful. With this, let me conclude. Thank you very much.